Next up, we got the NFL draft. Now the draft is here. Now, me personally, I didn't even know the draft was even coming this fast. Pause on that. But I didn't know the draft was coming this fast. I seen somebody talking about it. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. The draft is tonight? You know what I'm saying? They just traded, not just traded, but we just seen Lamar Jackson. You feel me? It's big plays, big moves. Shit happening. We gotta get caught up. You know what I'm saying? I'm lacking. Alright? Now, they're gonna let me know in the comment section what other videos when we react to. But today we have the biggest winners and losers. About to see. Now we checked out a couple players. I don't really know everybody in the college football space. But we checked out like Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Jamar Gibbons, some other people too. Or not Jameer. I mean not Jamar, but Jameer, yeah. What's the other quarterback? All the quarterbacks, bro. I look at all the quarterbacks. So we gonna see. Alright. Hey. Let's see what it is. Time by. Also, if y'all want more of these draft videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Alright. This is my first time ever even trying to make content like this. I would have never thought I would make content like this. But yeah. If y'all want more, alright, just hit the end button by accident. But if y'all want more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man.
In the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select.
The NFL Draft is officially over, and as is tradition, we need to get you our biggest winners and losers of day one of the NFL Draft. Now, before we get to the content, we have officially announced giveaway winners on my Twitter account for
Aaron Rodgers really left, bro. That's
crazy. Running our next giveaway on Instagram. All you need to do to enter is follow me.
I used to be a Packers fan too, so that low-key hurt my heart.
When we get to 100,000 followers, I'll announce multiple followers who turn on my notifications.
But actually, though, even with Aaron Rodgers leaving, like honestly, do y'all think that the Packers could have went to the Super Bowl and won, or do you think him going to the Jets was a better chance? You know what I'm saying? Now, I do know that he basically the face of the franchise ever since Brett Favre. But him leaving, bro, like I don't know, it's just like it's kind of like when Tom Brady left. Tom Brady left Patriots and went to Buccaneers. It was like, this is weird. Wait a minute, what's going on? You supposed to play for the Patriots? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But usually the Jets, like, bro, this is how it always happens, bro. It'd be a legend, right? He'd be playing the league for a long time. Then as soon as he get older and he not that sweet no more, he always get transferred for the Jets. The Jets have it's always the quarterbacks too. The Jets always get the worst quarterbacks ever. You know what I'm saying? Like the old ass quarterback, the old legends. That's who they get. You don't want no old legend. Like, okay, yeah, he a legend, but an old legend. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga he on his last years, bro. This is last years. He not the same him no more. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gosh, now
y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all think that it was a good trade? Like, do you think he should have went to the Jets? Like, I don't know. Microphone. That's a funny name, bro. I like the name, though. Alright, long ass intro, yo.
Some of the green slips you guys have been sending me is crazy. Like $1,250 off of a $250 slip, or $1,500 off of a $150 power play. We've been making bank off of our basketball picks, bro. March Madness was a huge success, and believe me, we're about to ramp it up for the NBA playoffs. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use my promo code microphone, and they'll match.
Bro got 1,000 promos. Okay,
I think we could all agree with that, and I think we could say, buddy. So the NFL draft has been insane so far. I think we could all agree with that, and I think we could say who the biggest winners and losers of day one have been, at least so far. In this particular instance, I think we all have to agree. Obviously, a huge winner will have to be the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers stole the draft despite doing exactly what everybody knew that they would do, which was selecting Bryce Young with the #1 overall pick. Since a few months ago, all the Carolina Panthers had to do was wait until Roger Goodell started the NFL draft draft and then put in their draft card, which is kind of comical to me because they spent 10 minutes milking the first pick in the NFL draft so they could show highlights of that player. Everyone knew that the Panthers would go on to select Alabama prodigy Bryce Young, but the moment that Carolina made it official, the NFL went wild. All Carolina had to do to acquire their quarterback of the future is give up 2 first-round picks and their number 1 wide receiver, DJ Moore. Despite the Panthers seemingly handicapping themselves by trading what would have been Bryce Young's go-to receiver, Young is so talented that giving up what is seemingly a king's ransom is still an underpay, as Bryce Young is as close to a guaranteed draft pick as they come. Bryce Young can make throws at insane arm angles, he can throw off of 1 foot, he has a rocket for an arm, and the only red flag he has is his size. Young will play professional football at just under 200 pounds and 6 feet tall, which may seem kind of concerning considering how Kyler Murray has been so far. But in the NFL, playing at that small...
Bro, this is the biggest thing for me, bro. Especially with these number 1 picks and stuff like that. It's like, bro, these kids, like, they're good out of college. And it's like, obviously already, you know, going to the next level is like a big jump. But I believe most of the quarterbacks, you know, they have what it takes, you know. But soon as you go to, but it's usually like the worst teams pick the best players. So it's like now the best players are going to the worst team. So they're literally just wasting their talent. Like just like Kyler Murray. I don't know Kyler Murray. I haven't really seen too much about him. But he was supposedly like, you know, one of the best players out of the draft. Was he a number 1 pick? I think something like that. Now he on the Cardinals. What has he done with the Cardinals? That's probably why everybody think he trash, because he played for a trash team. That's probably why everybody think he trash. That's literally probably the reason. But I'm telling you, bro.
Size could have some major consequences, and although this may seem odd, I'm fully confident that the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young are going to look back at this moment and say, wow, we're really happy that we did this. As for the Houston Texans, I don't necessarily know if they're a winner or a loser, and let me know in the chat or in the comment section what you think, but there's one thing we have to agree upon, and that's the fact that they stole the NFL draft. Not only did the Texans sit still at 2nd overall and take what some consider to be the best overall
CJ Stroud, yeah. I like Stroud. Yeah.
CJ Stroud, depending on who you ask, but they also traded back up with the Arizona Cardinals, exchanging their 12th overall pick later in the draft and a 2024 first round pick for the Cardinals' 3rd round pick, where they took the best edge rusher in the NFL draft in Will Anderson, who dominated offensive tackles in the SEC for the past 3 years, racking up 27.5 sacks in just the last 2 seasons played. The Texans' rebuild that has been going on for years now may finally be coming to an end, as the Texans nab 2 franchise cornerstones, not only on offense, but they have their guy on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well, and they haven't had a premier pass rusher since the departure of JJ Watt years prior. New head coach DeMeco Ryans not only will have a quarterback of the future to mold into his own image, but also has a pass rusher from his alma mater who he can move around and use, just like he used Nick Bosa in San Francisco during his tenure with the 49ers. So obviously I was going to say that the Carolina Panthers are a big winner here. Obviously I was going to say Bryce Young's a big winner here, and of course, with the commotion that the Texans made, I'm going to clearly say that they are also winners as well. But we can't say everyone's a winner in this draft, and although one of these individuals as a result of this transaction is a huge winner, the team that decided to make this decision, in my opinion, is a huge loser. One of the biggest losers of this NFL draft have to be the Atlanta Falcons by selecting Bijan Robinson with the 8th overall pick in the NFL draft.
Dang.
Now, I want you to know that I think Bijan Robinson is a fantastic player, and I have nothing against him at all whatsoever, but I could already tell that this was a huge debate between the general manager of the team and Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith probably wanted another running back in order to execute his offense, whereas any general manager would know that in this situation, the Atlanta Falcons have so many pressing needs that they shouldn't even touch Bijan Robinson with a 10-foot pole. Here's the thing, at least in my philosophy, you should not select a running back in the 1st round unless your team is loaded at each and every position. A team like the Philadelphia Eagles, if they selected Bijan Robinson, I'd say, okay, this makes a lot of sense. They have Darius Slay, they have James Bradbury, they have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, they have Hassan Reddick. Yeah, they lost Javon Hargrave, and yeah, they did a great job replacing him. I'm terrified about that, and I'm going to get to that take in just a sec. But offensively, they have Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, a great offensive line, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. So if the Eagles made this pick, I'd say, okay, well, duh, they have so many weapons that they could afford to select Bijan Robinson with the 8th overall pick. But here's the thing that bothers me so much about this pick. The Falcons had needs at wide receiver, edge rusher, interior defensive line, and cornerback, and they decided decided to select Bijan Robinson instead. What's even more troubling is this makes Bijan Robinson the 4th highest paid running back in the NFL right now, which is insane if you think about it. I mean, the man hasn't even taken a snap yet. You don't even know if he's going to be the next coming of Trent Richardson or not. Most likely he's not, but currently Christian McCaffrey makes $30 million a year annually, Derrick Henry at $25.5 million, Alvin Kamara at $22.8 million, and then Bijan Robinson makes more than Nick Chubb, which obviously makes Bijan Robinson a huge winner, but the Atlanta Falcons, pretty big loser. And since
bro, yeah, that's a dub. That was dumb. Oh my god. Bro, what was the Falcons record last year, bro? I know it was negative. It had to be. It had to be, bro. What the fuck is y'all doing, bro? What? You picking a running back? Like, bro, like it's like you said, bro. If you stack, then yes. You know what I'm saying? That's like literally the last thing. You know what I'm saying? You really don't even need nobody. You really don't even need to go into the draft. You got everybody you need. That's when you pick like a running back or some shit. Bro, what?
On the subject of running backs, I want to say that Jahmyr Gibbs is a huge winner as well, but a part of me also has to say that the Detroit Lions are losers in this regard. Now, I know the Detroit Lions have so many draft picks that they don't really know what to do with them, but they didn't even have a need at the running back position.
Yeah, why did they wait?
Instance. They've been doing really well in the NFL draft recently, but reaching for Jahmyr Gibbs, he could have potentially been there in the 2nd round. He would have been there when you selected 18th overall for sure. They also signed David Montgomery in the offseason, and they still have DeAndre Swift.
Right, bro. And I'm from Detroit. Yo, focus, mate. Motherfucker. Right. I'm from Detroit, bro. So it's like crazy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Why y'all get so many running backs, bro? I mean, I guess we do have a good line. Jared Goff. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Jared Goff. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how I feel about Jared Goff. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I haven't seen him though last year, so I can't really say anything. But I don't know. I just feel like we could get a better quarterback. That's what I'm thinking. We can get a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Jared Goff, like, you know, even when he was with the Rams, it was like, yeah, he was good, but he wasn't like. You didn't really think about Jared Goff as much. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like, he didn't take over. That's what I was just saying. He didn't take over. Jared Goff didn't. He never really. I need people that can take over, bro. Take over the offense. You feel me? You get all these damn running backs. I'm confused right now.
David Montgomery in the offseason, and they still have DeAndre Swift. So selecting Jahmyr Gibbs with the 12th overall pick for a player that is 5'9"
these niggas obsessed with running backs.
A rotational halfback for your team just makes no sense at all whatsoever. I mean, they had needs at defensive tackle. I would have liked to see them trade up for Jalen Carter. They had needs at linebacker, offensive line as well. They had needs at quarterback. You could have had Will Levis sit behind Jared Goff and see what you had in him. They did eventually address the linebacker pick with their number 18 selection. I mean, what I'm trying to say is pick anything else, pick anyone else but Jahmyr Gibbs with the 12th overall pick in the NFL draft, because respectfully, I believe this was a wasted pick. I would have rather you reached on your offensive line target or drafted a tight end in this particular instance, or even reach on a defensive tackle than select Jahmyr Gibbs, because now Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 paid running back in the NFL as a result of this selection. Now, this next winner executed NFL draft mastery, and I think we really need to acknowledge him for it. For the NFL draft, the New England Patriots were set on Oregon lockdown cornerback Christian Gonzalez, and it seemed as if the team needed to trade up in order to grab their defensive back of the future. And the New England Patriots would have that opportunity. At pick number 14, they had the opportunity to select Christian Gonzalez, but they didn't.
Bro, Oregon always got the best
Pittsburgh Steelers to trade up with them. Why would they do that? Well, the 15th
the Steelers got the what do you say?
They had the opportunity to select Christian Gonzalez, but they didn't. They actually allowed the Pittsburgh Steelers to trade up with them. Why would they do that? Well, the 15th pick of the NFL draft was actually the New York Jets pick. So get this. The fact that the New York Jets did a pick swap with the Green Bay Packers for pick 13 and pick 15 actually ended up screwing them a little bit, because the New England Patriots would allow the Pittsburgh Steelers to trade up to number 14 and select Broderick Jones, who was clearly the player player that the New York Jets were targeting. So Bill Belichick allowed the Steelers to trade up and select the player that the Jets wanted. And then he would trade down to the 17th pick. Christian Gonzalez would still be there with the 17th pick. And now, as a result of the selection, it seems like the New England Patriots have one of the best cornerback duos in the NFL. They have an additional pick as a result of the trade up, and they were able to screw over a division rival as a result of this. With Jonathan Jones lined up on one side and now Christian Gonzalez lined up on the other, this will open up more options for Bill Belichick and his defense at the line of scrimmage. Gonzalez is a tall, lanky cornerback best suited for man coverage, and a direct comparison would be Richard Sherman, seeing as both of the DBs were 6'2", 200 pounds coming into the draft. And both
But is he gonna be? Richard Sherman was nice, but the only thing Richard Sherman lacked was speed. So does he have speed? If that cornerback got speed, then that's you damn near a demigod. You long, tall and long, and you got speed, bro. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? That was Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was a GOAT, but his only downfall was his speed, bro. He could not keep up. You know, especially somebody like me out there. You're not keeping up with me.
Man coverage. Patriots are hoping Gonzalez can step in and be a day one starter, possibly even an all-pro like last season's rookies Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen. However, Patriots fans, you must temper your expectations because it is rare for cornerbacks, even cornerbacks talented as Christian Gonzalez, to play at such a high level in year one. And all Gonzalez is debatably the best cornerback prospect in this draft besides Devin Witherspoon. Some people even had Gonzalez rated higher than Witherspoon. And it can be speculated that the only reason Witherspoon was taken before Gonzalez is because for some reason players, specifically cornerbacks in the Pac-12, don't get as highly rated as other conference DBs because of the weaker competition. However, despite this, Gonzalez has excellent instincts, man skills, and even can play zone if you'd like. And the one weakness Gonzalez did have coming into the 2022 season, his ball skills, are seemingly now a strength as he hauled in a career-high 4 interceptions and 7 pass deflections last year with Oregon. Gonzalez fell perfectly to the Patriots, just like the next player on this list, who fell way more than anybody expected and could be the best player in this entire draft. And to be honest, I'm really mad at the NFL for allowing this to happen. Before the NFL Combine, Jalen Carter was a potential first overall pick and was all but a lock for the top 3. However, after shocking news came out that Carter had been involved in a car accident in Georgia just days after his national championship victory, which resulted in the death of a teammate and a team staffer, his draft stock was in limbo. In addition, when Carter attended his pro day, he was reportedly overweight and couldn't even finish his positional drills. However,
Oh no! What? They say he was overweight is crazy, bro. No, he said he couldn't finish some drills. Oh my God! What? Nah, bro, this is crazy. I ain't hear about this, dog. This is crazy.
Carter's stock still stood strong considering the fact that he had been the undisputed best defensive player in college football for the past 2 years and was the main piece on a Georgia defense which was historically phenomenal. After a combination of hype and falling in the draft, Carter fell perfectly into the hands of Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles as they traded up just 1 pick and grabbed yet another phenomenal defensive lineman, 9th overall in the NFL draft. Now, just in case you're wondering, the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles now consists of Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter, and they selected Nolan Smith as well, meaning they have 4 members of what is considered to be one of the greatest college football defenses of all time. The 2021 national champion Georgia Bulldogs are now members of the Philadelphia Eagles. Nolan Smith was considered to be a top 10 pick, and he fell all the way to the Philadelphia Eagles at number 30. Centers and guards everywhere are cowering in fear just thinking of that deadly interior combination. I mean, look at Micah Parsons' reaction to this.
I'm just so sick to my stomach right now. I'm just sick to my stomach. I can't believe that many teams passed up on him.
In addition to his technical skill, Carter is also a physical specimen standing in at 6'3", 310 pounds, and somehow still runs a sub 5-second 40-yard dash. Jalen Carter is the undisputed best football player in this class from a pure talent perspective. However, only time will tell whether or not Carter can live up to the hype. Hopefully, Carter can recover from the traumatic event that plagued his stock for the past few months, and if he can, it seems as if the Philadelphia Eagles might have one of the best defensive lines in football. Not just for now, but for years and years in the future. And that's coming from a Dallas Cowboy fan. And this brings us to our biggest loser of all, and that's Will Levis. Just a few days ago, Will Levis was the odds-on favorite to be taken second overall by the Houston Texans. But now he has completely fallen out of the first round and could potentially fall even further. Going into the draft, there were very few NFL fans sold on Will Levis, and there were even fewer NFL general managers willing to invest first-round capital into a project QB like Will Levis. And honestly, could you blame him? Levis might be inaccurate and not NFL ready like Anthony Richardson, but what separates Richardson from Levis is the fact that Anthony Richardson is the most athletic quarterback prospect in the NFL draft. Levis
Hey, Anthony Richardson, my guy. That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
Be a bigger and more traditional quarterback than CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, but Will Levis simply isn't as skilled as younger Stroud. So it makes sense that all three of these quarterbacks were selected not only before Will Levis, but also within the top 5. Going into the draft, Will Levis seemed like fool's gold, and every single time when a quarterback-needy team approached the microphone and announced that they were not drafting Will Levis, it affirmed what everyone at home was thinking. Will Levis was all hype and no substance. Still, perhaps I'm being too hard on Levis, as he still has a rocket of an arm, and his mobility is better than others in the draft. However, it seems as if every NFL team has agreed in unity that Will Levis isn't a franchise quarterback. Not yet, at least. There have been many quarterbacks drafted outside of the first round that have ended up becoming phenomenal players, including the starting QB of the defending NFC champions. But what separates those players in the past from Levis is the fact that Will Levis is basically a known commodity whose skill set has already been deemed subpar, or just decent at best. However, this is just all hearsay, and one day Will Levis could be a franchise QB. But seeing as he still hasn't been drafted, there's no telling what team Levis will be suiting up for in 2023. But one thing is for certain in Will Levis's future, and that's the fact that since every single team has passed on him, every game he plays from now on is a revenge game. And that's our winners and losers of the NFL draft. If there's anyone you think...
Bro said it's a beef game. Oh God, no. Hey, that is. Hey, you really gotta think about it though. Like, bro, you play against a team like, bro, y'all passed up on me. Y'all really said I was ass. Because if they don't get you, they're basically saying you ass, bro. That's what they saying. Like, bro, we find somebody who's better than you, bro. Imagine that's like your girlfriend. You going out with your girlfriend, right? Y'all going out for 3 years, right? Then she come to you one day and say, you know what? I found somebody better than you. They do everything better than you, everything. I don't need you anymore. Bye. How you gonna feel? How you gonna feel? Let me know in the comments.